Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the City Council meeting of Thursday, October 9, 2025. I'm Julie Daigle, Ward 4 City Councilor and City Council President. All councilors are present tonight. Public participation to this meeting is provided in person and remotely via Zoom in accordance with Mass General laws. The Zoom link can be found on the city website. This meeting is also being televised and recorded by Peabody TV and recorded by the City Council stenographer. Please join us for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. If any of you wonder why I awkwardly lean during the Pledge of Allegiance, it's so that microphone can hear us, because people at home wonder why we're all standing there and can't hear the volume. So moving on to item 4, hearings. Junk dealer's license 4A. Would the clerk please read the notice?
Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Peabody will conduct a public hearing on Thursday evening, October 9th, 2025, at 7:30 p.m. in the Frank L. Wigan Auditorium, City Hall, 24 Lowell Street, Peabody, Mass., and remotely via Zoom on the application from Denise Remington Hereford, DBA Threads, 8 Hershey Street, Unit 3, Salem, Mass., requesting a junk dealer's license for the sale of secondhand items at 99, also known as 101 Lynn Street, Peabody, Mass. For remote participation using the Zoom platform, please visit www.peabody-ma.gov under City Calendar on the homepage, or contact the City Clerk's office. Peabody City Councilor, Councilor Julie K. Daigle, City Council President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Would the petitioner please come before us, state your name and address for the record, and give us a description of what you're looking to do? While you're on your way up, just hit the button on your right for the microphone to turn on. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for the welcome. And my name is Denise Remington Hereford. I am applying for a transfer of a special license, a junk dealer's license, at 99 Lynn Street in Peabody, also known as 101 Lynn Street. I'm excited to hopefully become a part of the business community and provide the services and goods to your residents. And my intention is to sell clothing and other items, and the store is called Threads. I also have some chocolates and custom wreaths. So after the meeting, with no sway on the vote, there will be some fine chocolates that I'll put in that room back there, if that's okay. Did I cover everything?
If you didn't, someone will certainly reach out and ask. We're going to move on to the public and then have the counselor take a turn, and the counselors might call you back up. But
Yes.
For now, I believe that was fantastic. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in opposition? Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor? Is there anyone on the Zoom platform whatsoever with their hand raised? Seeing none. Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I would like to receive late 3, which is communication from Health Commissioner Sarah Cameron. So move.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. I would also, there's 2 things here tonight. There's the transfer of special permit, and then there's also the junk dealer's license. I checked with the clerk, and procedurally we'll take the transfer of special permit first, and then we'll do the junk dealer's license. So move to receive and approve all items being in order. Item 8A, a transfer of special permit. So moved.
You heard the motion to receive and approve item 8A. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. As the petitioner had suggested, Ms. Remington Hereford is looking to start her business Threads at 101 Lynn Street. Formerly it was the Velvet Elvis. Formerly to that it was Ginger's Closet. So tonight she's comfortable with all of the existing conditions that were placed on this when we approved it in 2022, most recently, and the initial conditions that were placed on it when it was first approved for a junk dealer's license in that location. I've had a chance to speak with all of the neighbors. Everyone's on board. The conditions will be as they were previously, which I'm happy to share them and read them through, with the addition of a request for all lighting to be extinguished once the business is shut down for the day, which Ms. Remington Hereford agreed to as well. So I'll open it up to any fellow councilors with any questions, but pretty straightforward and no issues from the neighbors either. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Welton. Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you to Councilor Weldon. We also be adding the conditions from lead 3 from the Health Department.
Yes, that's correct. And just as a point of clarification, they're actually the same conditions that were provided in 2022.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Counselor McGinn. Any other counselors? Counselor Welton, back to you.
Thank you, Madam President. Move to close public hearing.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. I would move to approve special permit, junk dealer's request for Denise Remington Hereford doing business as Threads at 99 aka 101 Lynn Street with the following conditions provided by Director of Health. Condition 1, applicant must develop policies and procedures to ensure there's no unauthorized dumping or drop-off of materials outside of business hours. Condition 2, applicant must develop policies and procedures regarding process for ensuring that items for resale are sanitary and free of pests. Condition 3, the collection and resale of mattresses shall be prohibited. Condition 4, applicant should contract with licensed pest control professional to provide service on a monthly basis or more frequently if needed. Condition 5, applicant must ensure that discarded materials are collected by private trash hauler frequently enough so that outside storage of unwanted items does not create a nuisance for abutters. Items to be discarded must be stored on the property and may not obstruct the public sidewalk. Condition 6 would be all lighting must be extinguished upon closing of the business for the day. And the hours of operation that were most recently in existence, Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 6, Thursday and Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday, 11 to 5, and Sunday, 12 noon to 6 p.m. I just want to confirm with the petitioner that you understand those are the hours and that's no issue with that.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So that's it. Those are all the conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Welton. You heard the motion. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilors Turco. Yes. Peach. Yes. Gould.
Yes.
Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin. Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rosendahl.
Yes.
Melville. Yes. Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 11 to 0.
Congratulations.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Our pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you.
Moving on to 4B, special permit. Would the clerk please read the notice?
Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Peabody, acting as the special permit granting authority, will conduct a public hearing on Thursday evening, October 9th, 2025, at 7:30 p.m. in the Frank L. Wigan Auditorium, City Hall, 24 Lowell Street, Peabody, Mass., and remotely via Zoom on the application from Professional Physical Therapy 576 Broad Hollow Road, Melville, New York, for a special permit seeking to allow for personal services for physical therapy, not medical use center, at 635 Lowell Street, Peabody, Mass., as filed in accordance with Sections 4.2.5, 6.1, and 15.7 of the Peabody zoning ordinance. For remote participation using the Zoom platform, please visit www.peabody-ma.gov under City Calendar on the homepage or contact the City Clerk's office. Peabody City Council, Councilor Julie K. Daigle, City Council President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The petitioners have approached the podium. Please give us your name and address for the record and a summary of what you're looking to do. Thank you.
How's it going? My name is Ronnie Raja. I'm the clinical director at 637 Lowell Street for professional physical therapy.
I'm Alex Leon. I'm the facilities director of corporate office and Melville office.
Do you want to give us a little description of what you're coming in and your business plan?
Yeah, so we're just a physical therapy office in the West Peabody area. Just trying to provide some services for some of the residents that need of any orthopedic conditions.
Great, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in opposition to this? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in favor? Seeing none. Is there anyone on the Zoom platform with their hands raised? Seeing none. I am going to open it up to the ward councilor, Councilor Higgins.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to make a motion to receive Lake 2 communication.
You heard the motion. It's a comment from the Health Department with no objections. All in favor, any opposed, it's a vote. Councilor Higgins.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, I had an opportunity to meet and speak with the applicant for this business. It's a good fit for the Big Y Plaza. I'm rather pleased to see an empty suite no longer vacated. We spoke, and one of the questions that I figured would come up, having a physical therapist on council as well, is making sure that the folks that are providing the service have licenses, and that's my understanding. Would you like to mention how many therapists you have and whether or not they have licenses?
Correct, yep. So myself, I'm the physical therapist, and then we also have another physical therapist we hired this past month, and both licenses are displayed in the clinic.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to ask about your hours of operation. In the application, it looks like you have, let's see, Monday/Wednesday 9 to 7, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And when we spoke earlier, I think you wanted to amend those.
Yes, requested if we can amend length of hours for Monday to Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday would be 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we're also requesting an amendment for hours into Saturdays as well.
And what hours would you like on Saturday?
8 to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
So was that 7 to 1? 8 to 1, sorry.
8
8 to
a.m.
1, thank you. That's all I have. I'll open up the floor to other councils that may have questions.
Thank you, Councilor Higgins. Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you to either Councilor Higgins or maybe Councilor Rosendahl, given that this is your background. I'm just a little confused. It says permit seeking to allow for personal services for physical therapy, not medical use. I'm just curious what the not medical use aspect of that is. Any insight? Just, I guess anyone who can answer.
Councilor Rosendahl, do you want to respond, or should I ask the petitioner? Or the Madam Clerk?
I'll defer to the clerk.
Thank you.
So when I received the special permit application, I used the language that the applicant chooses, so they would have the answer to that question. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess maybe redirect that to the petitioners. Just curious, the not medical use, and I guess the reason I'm asking is you've probably already covered. You said everybody's all board certified physical therapists and all of that. So I guess if you have any info there, but as I'm talking this through, the fact that everybody's already certified physical therapists, I think that would take care of that. But could you speak to that, why it says not medical use physical therapy?
Yeah, it's not a medical use therapy. It's more for just a physical therapy for the patients itself. Medical-wise, patient-wise, it comes from, worldwide, kind of like, how you want to call it?
Yeah, I mean, there's not necessarily in the sense of like sharps or anything like that. There's no injections being administered, nothing within that nature.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Counselor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just out of curiosity and perhaps a suggestion with your requested hours of operation, if you have it from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day, you don't have to stay open until 7. Instead of closing up, I think one day you want it 7 to 2 and another day 8 to 1. Just a suggestion, you may want to have it more uniform, and then you can close up at any time in case you have a patient that needs to stay beyond, say, 1 or 2 on one of these days. You have to kick them out, and you don't want to be in that position. So you can operate the hours you want within the confines of the permit. So I would just suggest you say 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on all the days you want to be open. I mean, it's physical therapy, so it's not loud, or it's in an area where you're not going to disturb anybody. So that's just a suggestion to you, Councilor Higgins, if you're open to that. You don't want to get caught in a position where you break your special permit because you're catering to the needs of a patient, right? So that's a suggestion. I'm certainly in favor of this, but I want you to be able to operate without any confines that are unnecessary. Thank you.
And that's a good point to bring up as well, because based on people's needs, might need to lean into 8 p.m., open up 7 p.m. time slot. So that's a good point there as well. So if we could add another amendment to that as well and extend it a little bit, that'd be appreciated.
Thank you, Counselor Manning Martin. That's a good suggestion because I think I needed a matrix for what the hours were, so to be a little more consistent and clear might be easier for enforcement, for you, for flexibility. I will defer back to Counselor Higgins.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. So I would, back to the applicant, it's a great suggestion by Councilor Manning Martin. You can amend the hours to whatever you like. If you would like to go Monday through Friday, say 7 to 8, but you don't have to be open those hours. That's fine. I can amend it to that. And if you want to amend Saturday to something later than 1, I'll let you tell me exactly. Please repeat back to me exactly the hours you want. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Thank you.
We'll go for Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Saturday, we will go 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other counselors? Seeing none. Counselor Higgins.
I'd like to move to close the close the hearing, the public hearing, sorry.
I will, since there's an amendment of what was posted publicly, I will do one last call if anyone from the public, there's no one in the audience, but if anyone at home is tuning in and has objections to the change of hours, you've got 5 seconds to raise your hand. There's nobody watching us. Motion to close the public hearing by Counselor Higgins. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Higgins.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to accept the application, assuming all papers are in order, from Professional Physical Therapy at 576 Broad Hollow Road, Melville, New York, for a special permit seeking to allow for personal services for physical therapy, not medical use center at 635 Lowell Street, Peabody, Mass., is filed in accordance with sections 4.2.5, 6.1, and 15.7 of the Peabody zoning ordinance with the following amended hours: Monday through Friday, operation hours, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So moved.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco. Peach.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rossignol.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Congratulations.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great night. Moving on, while Councilor Turco switches his microphone to one that works, we hope. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. Just one bit of information that I think a bunch of us are kind of looking at. The FEMA flood maps that we're all concerned about. I wanted people to know that first there was an interesting article in the Commonwealth Beacon where our Director of Community Development was interviewed and gave some very good information about the FEMA flood amendments or the map that was updated. Also, on the city website, there are posted two different documents about the process of being added to the FEMA flood map and also about what's called the LOMA. Guys, can you talk out there? Oh, sorry. The second part was the LOMA, the Letter of Map Amendment, which is a way for residents to apply to be removed from the FEMA flood zone. It's not a guaranteed way to do it, but there is a method that residents can follow. And lastly, we are still working on getting a representative from FEMA to speak before the council on this. I did speak to a representative from Congressman Moulton's office yesterday. As you all know, with the government shutdown, it would be difficult to get somebody to come here until that's been resolved, and then hopefully sometime in November we can get somebody before us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Turco. Councilor Peach.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8I and set up a special permit hearing.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Peach.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8J and set up a special permit hearing.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Peach.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8K and set up a special permit hearing.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote.
We love to see busy things going on in Ward 3. I'd like to make a motion to the building commissioner. There's been a flea market operating on Wallace Street for the last few weekends. I've spoken with the health department, and they don't need a health permit, has been determined, because they're not selling any prepared food. But I feel they need some sort of permit, and I haven't been able to determine what that is reading the ordinances myself. So I'd like to make a motion to the building commissioner to send us a decision on that so we know how to move forward as they're operating every weekend and advertising that they'll be there every Saturday. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Peach. Thank you for bringing that forward, because I have seen some buzz on it, and I'm not sure if it's happening on city property. So that's another thing for the building commissioner to consider, but I won't include that as part of the motion. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Peach, keep going.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, I'd like to receive late 1. And on the motion, late 1 I sent to the clerk for us to receive. This is a joint proclamation with the mayor that I've brought forward to the council for the last few years. I'm not going to read it all, but for the people at home, I will post this on my Facebook page, but it's a resolution acknowledging and proclaiming October to be Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month and October 15th, 2025 to be Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. And it just ends with extending our heartfelt condolences to any residents of Peabody who have experienced such loss, and wanted to have that on the books again this year, that we are acknowledging this month and this day. So moved.
Thank you, Counselor Peach, for putting this forward and recognizing it. It's an important proclamation, and we appreciate you for doing this every year, and the mayor. We're going to take a roll call vote on this, please.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Peach,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes,
Motion carries 11-0.
thank you, everyone. Counselor Peach,
No further motions, thank you.
thank you. Counselor Gould,
No motions, Madam President, thank you.
thank you, Counselor. Counselor Gamache. Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Higgins.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to receive item 8I and to receive and advertise a public hearing for a special permit request. So moved. I
Alphabet soup,
apologize.
8L.
Item L. Maybe I need a new pair of glasses.
You heard the motion to receive and set up a public hearing for 8L is in Louis. All in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Higgins.
I have no further motions for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the city clerk, I'd like to set up a municipal safety meeting. I know that there's a couple of items in there, specifically e-bikes on Main Street sidewalks, and I believe better parking enforcement. If we could set up a meeting and invite Captain Richards or a representative, his designee, from the police department. And to you, Madam Chair, I don't recall if there was a tabled item for an area down at King Street, so you might want to just take a look at that, and we can add it if that issue has resurfaced or if it's been resolved.
I'm sorry, Counselor Manning Martin, what address, King Street?
It was just the King Street, Lowell Street area. We can just see if it's still active in
Well, if
there.
there's something
I have
we-
a feeling that there might be. So you can just take a peek and we can put it on if necessary. If not, we won't. Thank you. And no further motions or resolutions. Thank you.
Was that request in the form of a motion or just a request?
Just a request to the clerk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counselor Manning Martin. Counselor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to inform the council and anyone who's listening out there, this Saturday, the family of Jason Bernard will be hosting Jason's Legacy 5K Walk and Run in memory of Jason, who passed away, unfortunately, last year. Registration is at the Captain Samuel Brown Elementary School at 9:15 a.m. The race will start sometime after 9:30, and closing remarks will be at 11. So actually, 8:15, I think registration starts. Race actually begins at 9:30 and remarks at 11. So I want to thank Jason's family for doing this in honor of him. I know that we've been working with his family through the city, and I appreciate them continuing to draw attention to this in memory of Jason's life. So I hope to see many of you there. And then my only other request this evening is for Department of Public Services to look at a sidewalk issue at 14 Crockmall Street. Elderly neighbor slipped over a broken sidewalk, so I'd like to have that fixed. So moved.
We'll take that.
Actually, I apologize, Madam President. Given that we've had an elderly neighbor fall over there, Councilor Manning Martin suggested using an emergency preamble for this, which I think is a good idea. So I think first we got to vote on an emergency preamble and then request that it's fixed.
Can I have a vote to take this under emergency preamble?
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Gould. Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And on the motion itself, roll call vote, please.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you. And Councilor Welton, before we move on to anything else, as part of your first comment, would you be willing to, under suspension of the rules, receive and approve item 7B, the special event application for the Jason Bernard 5K?
Yes, thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Councilman McGinn just brought that to my attention too. I apologize for the oversight, but move to receive and approve item 7B in regards to the 5K on Saturday. So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. I will add to that before I cut you off again, Councilor Welton. This is a free event. Please just register online. There will be raffles. If you're not a walker or a runner, just come and show up. The council donated water and there's a lovely basket behind me that some of the councilors might have thought was a gift for them. Moving on, Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. Also under suspension of rules, move to receive item 9A and schedule a public hearing. So move.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. Final motion for me, item 8B, move to receive response from Jennifer Davis regarding 1 Serena Terrace. So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Welton.
No further motions. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 7A and refer to finance. So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor McGinn.
Madam President, item 7C is an event in Ward 4. Do you want me to take that on your behalf? You want to make a comment on that? I'd move to approve it, all papers being in order, but do you want to provide some details?
I'm sorry, what was your last comment?
7C, it's an event.
So the motion is to approve.
Approve, all papers being in order. I didn't know if you want to provide any background. It's happening. at
I'm
Brook
not
Street.
privy to those yet.
Okay. Well,
I'm
then
not
we'll
involved
go-
in that one. But the motion to receive and approve 7C. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8F and refer to legal affairs. So moved.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? I'll just remark that my middle initial is a K and not an R. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8G and approve. And on the motion, Madam President, this is it has to do with a fee, but it's a very straightforward request from the clerk here, and I'm not really sure it warrants sending it to committee. She gave us a very clear communication here about changing the pricing for the poll books, which we coincidentally had on our desk tonight. The cost for the printed copy has increased, and she's simply covering the cost, so it seems very straightforward. So therefore, rather than refer it to committee, I'd move to receive and approve. So moved.
You heard the motion on that. Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I did have a few questions on that, but I was going to ask them in between meetings, but I didn't want to put Allison on the spot, but I'm going to put Allison on the spot. So these books, each candidate, could you tell us who gets a free one, who gets charged? And then my other question is, what is it, $20 for an electronic copy? And I guess I'm just questioning why an electronic copy would cost anything. So those are my questions.
So I don't know when we started charging for the $20. That was before I was clerk, so I don't really know what the discussion was regarding that. But as far as the books themselves, we provide the council with a copy. The mayor's office, every candidate is given one, and we also provide one to each polling location, so there's 19 there, so there's always one at each polling location. Today, the senior center came in requesting a couple, and so I gave them 2, and so there was a time I think I used to give them to all the department heads as well, but I've stopped doing that. If they need one, I'll send them the electronic copy.
So how often do just regular citizens ask for, the nickname is the nosy book, the busy book. I mean, I love it, but if it costs that much money and we can get it electronically, I'm wondering if we should just go all electronic and not charge anyone for sending them an email, because these are expensive. But is there much of a demand for it other than the courtesy of providing it to everyone that is running for office?
So I've noticed every year, less and less people are coming in looking for them. So I have cut back every year on the number that I order from the vendor. And yeah, I think that we are required by law to give them to candidates, so I don't think I can cut that one back.
Okay, I just, it seems like a kind of a, this is the way we do it this way because this is the way we always do it, and really didn't have, need for a discussion on it. So, I don't know. I don't know if we should just be going all electronic. So I'll defer to the will of the committee, but perhaps moving forward next year, we could have further discussion if it's, might just be an expense that we're incurring that isn't really necessary, is my thoughts. Thank you.
Counselor Melville.
Yeah, I would agree. I would really think about the utility of the book compared to the Excel spreadsheet on sorting and filtering is much more efficient, especially if you're a candidate. Not just saying as somebody, if you were running a campaign, I understand that the book is helpful, but I would agree that if we could, I think you need the book just for the time frame for a while, but if we could try to find a way to have that electronic version be free, I think that would actually be a public service. So that's just my opinion, my 2 cents to think about in the future. Thank you.
Any other thoughts from counselors? I am going to let the clerk weigh in again on her thoughts.
I just want to let you know that the electronic version is in a PDF format, and it's not in an Excel format where you could manipulate the data.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And just while we're spitballing, I'm wondering if originally the electronic copy was actually on a thumb drive, and maybe that's why there was a fee, but I'm just speculating. So if there's not any other comments, we'll move forward on the motion to receive and approve tonight and skip the subcommittee. Any other discussion? I'm going to roll call vote this, please.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Peach,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Gamache, Higgins,
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Present.
Welton,
Yes.
McGinn,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 10-0, one voting present.
Thank you. Counselor McGinn, back to you.
Thank you, Madam President. On the suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8H, and set up a public hearing. So moved.
You heard the motion for 8H. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor McGinn, please.
Thank you, Madam President. No further motions.
Thank you, Counselor McGinn. Counselor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, motion to receive and approve, motion to receive item 8D. So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, motion to receive and advertise 8C. So moved.
You heard the motion. Counselor McGinn.
Yeah, on the motion. Isn't that in legal affairs currently?
It came out of legal affairs with the request for the clerk to come back with exactly what is before us. So instead of bringing it back to committee, because this is exactly what it asked for, and that approved through the council and through the subcommittee, if there's no objection, I think the next move would be then to advertise. And if it comes back, then we can always change it again because it's going to come back before us a third time.
That makes sense. I appreciate the explanation. Can you just, I think it's important to connect 8C and 8D, which we
Sure.
did.
Absolutely. So under legal affairs, last meeting, we had a meeting regarding different license holders and what we were doing as far as fingerprinting or Corey checks for each individual business. And it was kind of all over the place. So what the chief of police came before us and the city clerk came and laid out exactly what businesses should be either a Corey, what businesses should be a fingerprint, when they should be Coreyed, when they should be fingerprinted, whether it's a new business or whether it's a renewal. And that's spelled out pretty handily in the document before us in 8C. So this will now be advertised and then it will come back before the council.
Thank you, Councilor Rossignol. The point I wanted to make with the connection to 8D is that the police chief is endorsing 8C.
100%.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Counselor McGinn. Any other discussion? I'm going to turn it over to the city clerk for a moment.
So if you could split this into two motions and have a motion to advertise the ordinance change, and then also if the council could endorse the new requirements for the license holders as well, which is first page of 8C, which I believe was most of the discussion that night.
Motion to follow the recommendations of the city clerk.
The first motion is to advertise the ordinance. Any discussion? Do I need a roll call for this? Roll call vote, please.
Councilors Turco.
Yes.
Peach. Yes. Gould.
Yes.
Gamache. Higgins.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Rossignol.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you, and correct me if I'm wrong, Councilor Rossignol, the second motion would be to receive, approve, and endorse 8C.
So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, motion to receive item late 4, refer that to legal affairs with the hope to actually have a meeting regarding this at our next meeting. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Rossignol, and I will second that. I know this has come up. There was some testimony at the State House about the same issue this week, but that might not pass statewide for at least 6 months. There are lobbyists involved. So I would also add that we request that Sergeant Betancourt has been very active in this situation, and District Attorney Tucker has been very involved. So I would ask that someone from his office come to that committee, if that is okay as part of the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension rules, motion to receive and approve all papers being in order. 9B, utility contractors license. So moved.
You heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Rossignol.
I believe there's only one item left, and that's 8E. Motion to receive and approve
You're not saving any for your friend?
with signatures.
Motion to receive and approve and sign 8E. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. The Assistant Clerk will circulate for that document for signatures. Counselor Rossignol.
No further motions. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Melville.
No motions, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I do not have any motions prepared, other than entertaining one to adjourn. Thank you, Counselor Manning Martin.